Now, the Arizona Cardinals, what to make of that? It's a knee-jerk league, week to week, overreaction, and all that sort of stuff. And
They're done. They're done.
Nah, not so much.
Exposed.
Not so much. What I would like to do is, I don't know, I did not see any post-game conversation about DeAndre Hopkins. Remember that third down attempt in their second to last try at scoring a touchdown last night? He hit his head on turf and came out of the game. That reminded me of what happened to CeeDee Lamb in Kansas City.
Yep. And
as you know, CeeDee Lamb could not answer the bell. It was a short week the next week. Arizona's at Detroit next week, so they have a full 6 days, not a 3-day quick turnaround. Keep an eye on all that. And the issues with the Arizona Cardinals last year, in the last several weeks of the season, those issues were, in my estimation, just poor execution in the fourth quarter. And then some quizzical play calls from Cliff Kingsbury, and then some poor execution on top of all that. And I saw that last night. I saw it last night from going for it on fourth down with James Conner, who's had a remarkable season. Best bargain in the NFL. Steve Keim, that might be the best move he's made, period, is to go get him for less than $2 million, 1-year deal after he was sitting around for free agency for a month. And they pluck him, and man, has he been incredible. Jonathan Taylor's the only person with more touchdowns this year than him. He's got 15. He's unbelievable. You went for it, though, on fact that you go for it and Prater's kicking 50-yard field goals like it's, quarterback sneaks, Yeah. And you need a field goal. You need 2 scores, and you try for a fourth down run with James Conner instead of leaving the ball in the hands of your dynamite two-way quarterback. I mean, why not put the pressure on? I mean, it's an easy second guess. The fact that you go for it and then the play call to just go right into the teeth of Aaron Donald with James Conner, it's like, what are you doing? It's a fair question. And then, of course, the Rams wind up giving the ball back to Arizona, which does put points on the board. And then an onside kick works. How about that? I know, big bag of leaves. Steve Levy said coming into Week 14, there were just 4 successful onside kicks this year. There were 4 in Week 14 alone. Go figure. And the fourth and final successful onside kick of Week 14 was Arizona pulling it off. I mean, threading a needle between 2 Rams who had an opportunity and touched it, and Arizona gets it. Then there's a holding penalty because Aaron Donald is held as Kyler Murray tries to go out the gate with no timeouts left. And then there's a false start. And then Kyler Murray, when it all comes down to it, with the clock ticking down, needing one last Hail Mary, how do they not spike it there? You have it down to play with. Spike it, stop it, figure it out. They had to fire drill it for their field goal too, by the way. And they fire drilled it. And Aaron Donald with his third and final sack of the night. I mean, that's a walk-off sack right there. And ESPN's cameras found him. That was an incredible shot where he just raised his arms like with the "Are you not entertained?" arms outstretched, wraps it up as Murray slid down, because I don't blame him. If the play's over, you're not going to take a full hit from 99.
That was a Favre straight hand sack.
Murray he's got more games to go. And that's the point for the Arizona Cardinals. They've got a game at Detroit. That should be a dub. You take a look at their schedule the rest of the way. Boy, how big is that Dallas game, since they're both now 3-4, right? How big is that Dallas game Week 17? Indianapolis is coming to town on Christmas Day. How about that? And then there's the finale at home against Seattle. Winnable games right there. Winnable games right there. Week 17 could be the difference between Arizona getting back in the mix for the 1 seed, because Green Bay's got 2 AFC North teams coming up. Laugh all you want about Cleveland coming to Lambeau Field. That's no gimme. I mean, Green Bay sitting right there. They've got to be just fired up. They're the 1 seed. Devontae Adams, will ask him about that when he joins us in hour number 2. But I saw Arizona last night just have that fog, that brain fog that we saw all too often in December of last year. And kudos to the Rams for putting them in the brain fog, man. They showed up minus Jalen Ramsey, minus Tyler Higbee, and they needed it. They got it. And Arizona's now in a mosh pit. They're in the mosh pit, 10-3. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.